Baby, I'ma be someone someday. Baby, I'ma be someone someday. Sometimes I think that all the things they say ain't true, 'cause I don't work.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Cross Gaming, and today we got another beginner's guide for you guys. It's going to be how to survive an escape from Tarkov, and in this video we'll be breaking it down in 5 basic fundamentals. All right, starting with knowing the map and having a good game plan, guys. I can't tell you enough how important it is to just know the map and just to have a solid game plan before going into a raid. With those two things alone, you already have half the things you need to worry about out of the way. So as long as you know what's around you and you know what you're going for, you're good, guys. And then knowing your weapon and having the knowledge of the capabilities it has is significant in this game. So you don't want to show up to woods with a shotgun because you think your slug is going to hit a mile away, because it's not. So let's know the weapon and know what it's capable of doing. All right, and in the video you'll see the type of weapon I use, which is the M1A, how I use it. And then 3 being, be patient. I shouldn't have to speak on that too much, because when you're not patient, you're more than likely going to die. And then 4, looting as quickly and as smart as you can. And I'll show you a super effective method down the road in the video. And then 5, getting out and knowing alternative routes. So with that one, just know the map. That's going back to 1, knowing the map, having a good game plan, which is having that alternative exit and knowing those alternative exits in case the one you're going for is occupied. So without further ado, let's jump into the rest of this video. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button down below. If you have any recommendations for future videos, just let me know down below, and let's get into this. Alright guys, like I said before, knowing the map and having a good game plan before you go into any raid is probably one of the most basic things you should have before going into it, especially if you're just an average player just barely getting into the game. If you don't already know, we're playing on a reserve. I spawned in the upper portion of the map right here next to Dome. I'll show you the path that I took. And also, when it comes to knowing the map, it also plays a big factor in the weapon you have in the map. I'm using the M1A, very effective weapon depending on where you use it. I like to use it on the outskirts and around the map. I try to avoid close areas and close combat quarters, because I'll get melted by someone who has an automatic machine gun. As you can tell, I come up on a scav right here, about medium range distance, probably a little closer than I would like, but thank God he was a scav. I easily took him out, and then also was being patient with my shot, double tapped him, and then moved on. When it comes to scavs like this, guys, you don't want to take too unnecessary shots or, you know, overdo it. Just quickly get them in your guys' sights. Take your time, especially if they don't know you're there, and then move on. You can see I missed the first shot, but quickly made up for it and hit a headshot on the second time. I didn't spend too much time. If I would have missed that shot, I would have moved on. As soon as you shoot, you probably want to move due to the fact that people hear those shots going off. No sooner than that happened, I found 2 scav players. You can tell that they're scav players immediately by the way they're moving. Very different and odd than regular scavs would be moving. So that's how I knew they were scavs. I didn't even know that there was 2 shooting at me until I got hit here in a little bit. And then I knew, okay, I'm playing against 2 players now. So I then quickly moved out of the way, healed up, got meds in me, and then went to go see where they were at to see if they were still in the same location. I seen that they were being occupied by either a scav or another player. That's how I knew it was my time to go to the sniper tower. So as soon as I started making my way there, I came up on another scav, you guys. So like I said before, just be patient. If they don't know you're there, or you know you have a clear shot, take it and move on. You know, don't freak out and start shooting all crazy. Right here, you could have went either way. I didn't have to shoot him, but I did anyway, because I shot the scav on the lower deck of the sniper tower. So I just followed up with another shot. Everybody knew I was there, but I didn't know there was 3 players. So until this moment here, I didn't know there was 3 players watching me. That's when I knew I had to be a little bit more careful and be a little bit more cautious on what I was doing. Here in a little bit, the being patient part of this is probably plays a huge factor in this as well, because a lot of players in Escape from Tarkov tend to, you know, be impatient, and that's what gets them killed more than half the time. If you guys are playing and you go back and watch a video, if you just think to yourself, hey, if I had just been a little bit more patient and waited on these guys or got a different angle on this guy, I would have probably came out on top. So in this situation, I played it out a little bit longer than they did on the bottom. They had the advantage, so there was no way I was going down. So I tried to get a shot off and try to take one of them out. As you can tell, I'm just trying to look for a good angle and see what's around. I start to hear them move around and start to make their way up the stairs here in a little bit, and then that's when I readjust and adjust my sight as well. That comes with knowing the capabilities of your weapon and what they can do. I didn't feel comfortable with how close they were to me, but in case they did, I had a sight for it. So I leaned, I seen him come up, took a few shots. He thought that, I don't know what he thought there, but I laid him out. And then his partner started to make his way back up as well, and then he threw a nade. I tried to lessen the effects by facing away and completely took him out as well. And then when it comes to looting as quickly and as smart as you can, a good pointer, guys, is discarding your bag inside somewhere safe, picking up the other bag as quickly as you can, discarding it in the same place as you did your first bag, and then again with the final and last bag. This is really effective and really safe when it comes to eliminating a lot of players at once, or a lot of scabs at once, so that you're not just out in the open. Because remember, guys, we had that third player somewhere out in the field and I didn't want to get sniped, so right there I failed. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I discarded, but I went to go get the bag, picked it up real quick, went inside here, discarded it, and then I knew I could start searching through the bags and I was good to go. As soon as that happened, I started looting, made my way, I got on my loot, then I made my way around to where the train pulled up finally, and then made my way onto the plane. I mean, not onto the plane, what am I thinking? That's for terminal that's coming up, right? I made my way onto the train. Another good pointer is getting out and knowing your alternative routes if you need so. So if I already knew if I was gonna get shot in this train, I was gonna run back out the way I came and try to find a different direction, probably bunker or maybe even manhole, depending on what type of loot I had. And this is just a quick glimpse on what I got out with. Nothing too big, but just a basic guide to hopefully help you guys out with future raids. So I wish you guys the best of luck, and this is Cross Gaming, and I'm out.
Sometimes I get so high that I forget that I'm broke. Sometimes I get so tired from the way that life goes. But maybe I'ma be someone someday. Baby, I'ma be someone someday. Sometimes I think that all the things they say ain't true, 'cause I don't work my ass off and make